I'll be going over the growth cycle. The growth cycle is how we grow from one version of ourselves to the next and all the stages in between. The list of inner experiences you see up here 1 through 8, they are normal experiences you may encounter as you move through change from one version of yourself to the next. What is your next version? That next version is you with higher potential. That potential that you already feel, that you've been sitting there looping, okay, over here looping, and you know you're more and you know you're here for more, you have capabilities in here, but you're not seeing them materializing toward your potential. That is that version of you. And this is where you are. Today in this live stream, you'll be using your pattern recognition to self-identify the stage you're in. So if you feel stuck, panic, anxious, right here, you're in one of these stages, okay? Once you know where you are, you know what comes next, because this is a pattern, okay? When you know what comes next, you can start preparing yourself to move, okay? The idea is to keep moving so you're not stuck. You're never really stuck. How we'll do that, how long you stay stuck or in a stage, okay? That's what I'll be going over one stage at a time. Okay, so if any of these experiences resonate with you, these are normal experiences. Okay, you are not broken, you are not malfunctioning. These are normal experiences we all go through as we grow through from one version of ourselves to the next. So drop your number into the chat. I'll be starting this live stream in a few minutes when there are more people in the chat. Surud, welcome back. I'm streaming from the phone, so here's the thing about streaming from the phone is I only see 3 comments at a time, but I do read the comments. So go ahead and drop your number into the chat. I'm going over the growth cycle today. The growth cycle is how we grow from one version of ourselves to the next and all the stages in between. You will use your pattern recognition and your memory to self-identify the stage you're in. Once you know where you are, you know what's next because you're inside a pattern. Okay? And you can start preparing to move to the next stage. That's how you reach your potential. Okay? You don't reach your potential by sitting there looping, doing the same thing every day. Okay, you do it by building your capacity. And I'll be talking about how exactly you build the capacity. Okay, every stage that you move, every cycle that you complete, you are moving closer and closer to your potential. That's this version of you. So these experiences here, okay, they are normal experiences that you may encounter. Okay, so any of these that resonate with you, drop your number into the chat. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. It is now 2:01 p.m. Pacific time. I'm Wave and I'm streaming from California, USA. If you are listening, welcome to my live stream. Drop the country and the time you're at. We'll be starting very soon. This live stream here today, I'm going to go through this really fast. Okay, so if you want the immersive version of this, like 5 hours long, 6 hours long, follow me and join me on the weekend. But today we'll be going over this really, really fast, like extremely fast. Okay, I'm hoping to do this in 1 hour. So as soon as there are more people in the room, we'll get started. This is going to be a group reading. What is a group reading? This is a tour, okay, where we'll be starting together as a group. All of us in the room will be going over this one stage at a time. And what is this? This is how we grow from one version of ourselves to the next. okay? It's how we overcome challenges, how we survive. Past cycle is what you are doing now, what we are doing now, what I am doing now, okay? Trying to move along, okay? So if you feel stuck, anxious, panic somewhere here, well, stay, do this, walk through with me one time, and you'll have less panic, and you may know where you are and how to move forward. This version right here, we'll be going over from this right here to this version. Silent, thank you for the galaxy. Thank you so much, everyone, to help me complete my goals today. This cycle here is how you reach your potential. If you ask, what is your potential? Or if you ask if you have potential, okay? Yes, you have potential. Second, how do you get to your potential? You don't just reach your potential. You build capacity, okay? Your whole system, step by step to meet that. This is where you are right now, here, looping. This right here, you looping. You're in stage 1 of this cycle, looping. So if you're looping and you're doing the same thing every day, how are you meeting your potential? How are you reaching that? That's what I'll be going over today in this live stream. So this list of experiences here, they are normal experiences, okay? So if any of these resonate with you, drop your number into the chat. I will be reading comments once in a while. She sees. Hello, how are you doing today? Are you seeing patterns in the night sky? Are you... Sonia, 6. For those of you who are unsure what's next, Sonia, okay? You can be anywhere in this cycle. Miss King, thanks for the rose. So if I'm going to go over this really fast today, so I'm going to get started now. This is the growth cycle. What is the growth cycle? The growth cycle is how we grow from one version of ourselves over here all the way to the next version of ourselves. Okay, what is this version of ourselves? This is the version with higher potential. Yes, that's you with higher potential, right? You feel it, you know it, you think it. You sit there looping, asking, what is the meaning of life? How do I meet my potential? I know I'm more. Yes, you know you're more. But how? How? Okay? This live stream is how you move to your potential. Okay? I'll be starting this in 30 seconds. Okay? First, go ahead and type your number right here, 1 through 8, into the chat. Yes, Sonia, you are more. It is now 2:06 Pacific time. I'm Wave and I'm streaming from California, USA. Feel free to let me know which country and time zone you're in. Okay, we're about to start now. Okay, this right here, okay, I'm gonna go over Invasion. Welcome back. Thanks for the fan. Oh, that was so sweet of you. Thank you so much, everyone. You got here just right on time. I'm starting right now. This is a group reading. This is a group reading where all of us will now start together as a group and go through all the stages here in the cycle. We will start from a version of ourselves, always a stable version of ourselves, and we're moving toward the version with higher potential. You don't need to know what that version is right now. That's not the point. You don't need to know, okay? You just need to keep moving through it. 3 things we'll be doing together. First, you will use your pattern recognition and your memory to self-identify the stage you're in. Once you know where you are, you know what's next and start preparing for it, okay? Second, You will remember your growth pattern. Your growth pattern is how you overcame challenges, past cycles, how you survive, how you problem solve. We are human beings, we're problem solvers, okay? How we move through change. Yes, how we move through change, how you love, how you work, how you live, how you handle rejection, recover from failure, and hold success. Hold success. How do you hold success if you don't have your internal structure to hold it? How do you keep love in your life? How do you keep moving forward? How do you have money and keep it? Good thing that you make a lot of money, for those of you, but how do you keep it? Good thing that you meet a lot of people, okay, dating a lot, but how do you keep them? How do you hold it? Okay, stop sabotaging yourself. Just one walkthrough here. Okay, follow me now. Follow me now. Sign up for my email list. I'll be sending out my first email list. Okay, I'm going to fly through the names of the stages and what they are, and then I'll be going deeper into each stage. This session will be condensed, so if I go too fast, follow me and come back on the weekend. Slower, longer version. And I'll be checking messages on the phone. I can only see 3 messages at a time, but I will be checking them. This right here, this is the stable version of ourselves. We grow through the stages to the next version. We don't stop growing after we become adult. Yeah, in fact, we continue to grow more intensely, more deeply, okay, after we reach adulthood. You think you're done growing in your 20s? No. You think you're done growing in your 30s? No. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? You are still growing. Yes, you are still growing through the higher highs, lower lows. Okay, every cycle, more intensity. Those of you who've been through this many times, you know what I'm talking about. See? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, a little bit about my background. I'm an engineer. My background is in math, logic, computer science, engineering, systems thinking. This reading here is systems thinking, structural reading, not numerology. This is not numerology, not spirituality, not religion, not therapy, not medical diagnosis. These are not illnesses. No. This is structural reading, pattern recognition, system thinking. Okay, I developed this when I was an engineer. Okay, I was always those engineers who solved problems that other engineers couldn't. Yeah. So every time I solve a problem, we would have a meeting and I would document my solution and turn it into a protocol, a pattern. Okay, so the next engineer can take that solution and apply it. Yes, most engineers are trained. Invasion, thanks for that crystal ball. Most engineers are trained to memorize solutions. When you are trained to memorize solutions, you train the capacity of your brain to memorize stuff, okay? But you also need to train your brain to think on its feet, critical thinking. So when you see something that you can't solve before, you can solve them. Yes, that's what I'm doing here with you, all of us today, okay? You will be using your memory, okay? You will start remembering how you solved problems. So you apply your growth patterns to this cycle and figure out what's in front of you. Yes, okay. Third thing we'll be doing at the door, especially at the door. Those of you who are at the door, okay, life is asking you to choose. If you're at the door, you're facing a big decision. Okay, choices. You're seeing choices. 4 things I'll be going over: surrender, sacrifice, regret, fear. Okay, fear. 3 ways you can move at the door. 3 ways. I'll be going over that. So for those of you who are making decisions, okay, you want to stay for that. You want to stay for that. Just checking on some messages. So anytime you share in the comments, you make others feel less alone and less crazy. This experience is not supposed to be fun, at least the first half of it. First half of this cycle is compression, is where we're stress tested. Okay, like a rocket ship. Our system is like the rocket ship. The brain, the processing unit, the heart, the emotional GPS system, your body, okay, the rocket ship, the vehicle, the vessel, the container, all three move as one unit in space, okay? For your rocket ship to take off to space, yeah, you need everything working together, okay? All right. Right here, we always start out from a stable version of ourselves, always stable foundation, okay? That's how we build on top of it. If your foundation is shaky, you're not going to be able to build on top of it. Yeah? Right. First stage, right here. This repeating loop, and I'm flying through this right now so you can follow. This repeating loop here is where you loop, okay? Repeating, same thing every day, okay? Not learning, not growing. This is where, okay, where you ask yourself, my potential is up here. Why am I looping here? Why am I not moving forward? Yeah, that's where you are. Okay, everyone starts out here. It's neither good or bad. We all start out in this stage. Now, how do you change? This right here, this is pattern interruption. This is what shocks you out of your existing loop and kicks off the growth cycle. Without this change, you're just looping, right? Next, compression. This right here, this emoji, 2 directions, this is where you feel the stress testing, okay? You stress test it. If you feel life is testing you, yeah, that's what you feel. That's the stress, that's the pressure. But life isn't testing you to fail. Life is stress testing you to survive in space, just like the rocket ship, okay? Okay, right. When you feel compression, this is the compression part of the growth cycle, okay? You have to compress before you expand over here, and that's what this is. When you're at the door, most of you who are stuck at the door or feel stuck, not moving forward, you're likely here at the door, especially if you have no energy or burnt out, okay? Yeah, right. But once you cross the door, okay, you will enter preparation mode. This is preparation. This notification bell, muted notification bell, this is silence. Silence. This is the 0 point between compression and expansion. It's physics. You have to go through this reset. It's a state change. Okay, during your growth cycle, there's a state change, phase shift. Yes, that's how we grow. Okay, that's how we grow. Once you're ready, that's why this stage right here, if you resonate with solitude, you're by yourself, no friends, no family, just you. You're right here. Okay, how do you get out of it? I'll be talking about that. How do you get out of it? Once you get out of it, you're in expansion mode. This is the exciting, fun part of the growth cycle, okay? Where you're in a rocket ship, taking off to space. Exploration. And then you start to see patterns, okay? It's important that you see patterns. So if you resonate with number 7, okay, awakening, quantum jumping, timeline shifting, whichever words or labels you want to use to call expansion, you're just growing, okay? Just growing. Number 7, you're just growing. Fast. Number 8, noticing patterns, synchronicity. Patterns. you have to start seeing patterns in expansion, especially in expansion. If you don't see patterns in expansion, you are not maximizing your potential. This is where you're gonna like jump really, really high, okay? But you have to access your memory. This is where you access your memories. These numbers that you keep seeing, the things that you keep seeing, they're your brain highlighting what's important for you to see. They're not just things, literal things. They are keys, shortcuts, tags, links, URLs to your internal memories. This is why this session right here, okay, 3 things you need to follow this. 3 things you need that you already have: discernment, pattern recognition, memory, your memory. Think of memory as history. Historians, they use history, historical data, to make predictions about the future, the stock market, world events, okay? You are doing the same thing here. You are your historian. You're using your historical data, your experience, your lived data, your memory to make predictions. Yeah, prediction about your future, your potential, your growth. Yeah, it's predictive history. Welcome to my live stream. We're starting now. Make sure you follow me, everyone. Smith, welcome back. Okay, this list of experiences here, again, this is not illnesses. You're not broken. These are not symptoms of anything bad. No, these are normal experiences you encounter. We all encounter as we move through the stages. That is all. Okay, so any of these resonates with you? Type your number into the chat. I'm starting now. This is a stable version of us, always stable, foundation. That's how we build on top of it. We always start out in the first stage right here. This stage is called plateau. Plateau, why? Because you're not learning, you're not growing. It feels like that you wake up every day, you do the same thing every day. You have a list of things that you do, okay? If you have a 9-to-5 job, you go to work, you commute to work, you log on to your computer, you have meetings, okay? You do whatever tasks that you need to do, you complete them. Checkbox, 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 right? Completion. If you're a parent, you wake up early, you take care of your children, loved ones, parents, family members, okay? Whatever that list, checkbox, 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 okay? If you're retired, well, you have all day to think about what to do today. All right, if you're a student, okay, go to class, maybe play some video games, hang out with friends, send some text messages, whatever that list that you do, all of us, every one of us have that. If you're doing that, think, last week is Thursday today. It's Thursday today. What did you do last Thursday? Was that the same thing as what you did today? What about the Thursday before last? Okay, if your answer is the same thing, you're in a loop. You are in a loop. Type loop into the chat. Okay, this is where all of us start out. Every one of us start out looping. Okay, it's neither good or bad, right or wrong. That's just where we start. So if you're looping right now, type loop into the chat. Malaya 420, welcome back. You don't remember? Soleil, you don't remember what you did? Well, sad girl 69, looping, all I read. Number 8, noticing patterns. You're right here in the second part of the growth cycle. Okay. So if you're looping here, how do you change? Okay. Oh, by the way, it is 2:22 right now, Pacific time. I'm streaming from California, USA. 2:22 right now. How do you want change? How do you get a change if you're looping? If your potential, if you're looping, you are hearing your potential, yeah, calling you. Okay, how do you know that? You ask, what is the meaning of life? What is my purpose here? What am I doing here? Okay, if you ask that, okay, that's you. You know your potential. You know you have potential. You know you have capabilities that's not have not been reached yet. Okay, you know you're more. You know you're here for more, and there's this right here in you, wanting to come out into the world and build. Right? How do you get the change though if you're stuck looping? How? Okay, where's system? Okay, this is system thinking. What is your system? Your rocket ship. What is a rocket ship? Computer. Okay, your brain, your heart, the emotions, the GPS system, the engine, the shell, the craft. Okay, right? That's your system. And your life support system, internal life support system, like the rocket ship. The rocket ship has life support system inside. That's how humans, okay, stay alive. That life support system inside the rocket ship is how human can be in space. You have that life support in you, all of us. Okay? This systems, we are interacting with life. Life is a system. Yes, life is a system. You don't see it because it's big, it's bigger than us. That's why we don't see it. Okay? But it's there. Systems respect consent. There's a consent protocol. So what happens is that if you don't give permission, if your system doesn't give permission to life to send you change, you won't receive change. Just like if you don't give me permission to send you emails once a month, I can't send you emails once a month. Sign up for my email, link in my bio. Okay? Yeah. So you have to give consent, give permission. Life is not a spammer. Life won't spam you with change unless you give permission. I'm not a spammer. Just once a month emails from me. Patterns other people miss, and I'll talk about why it's important that you know your patterns, why patterns is important, okay? And patterns to help you grow, right? Mentally, for those of you who've been looping, and if you want change, type change into the chat, okay? Mentally say, I want change. Send me change. Send me change. Give permission now. Maggie with the mushrooms. Change. Welcome back. Modi. Change. Escherel. Yes, you want change. Lorna. Change. Dream. Change. Anand. Change. So many of you. Yes. Yes. Kukujo. Kukajo. You've been in conflict about this. Well, stay. If you feel like you're in conflict, okay, you might be in compression right here. Fantastic. Many of you. Good. All right. For those of you who want change, okay, this is what a change may look like to you. Okay, this is what a change may look like to you. A breakup, heartbroken, okay, a job change, something happened at work. You lost someone you love. They're gone. They're never coming back. Okay, grieve, mourn, betrayal, friends, betrayal. Okay, you retired. Congratulations, you retired. You became a parent. You are a new dad, new mom. You started a family. Okay, you moved to a new city. You moved to a new city, new country, new apartment. Okay, you met someone. You fell in love. Yeah, you met a stranger on a bus. Okay, a conversation, an insight, a book that changed your perception. Okay, yeah, all of that. That's a change. Okay, when you experience a change, okay, when you experience a change, it can be a loss. You lost something or you gained something. Yeah, you can see it as a punishment or opportunity. Okay, punishment or opportunity. Loss, gain. Yeah, for those of you who've lost someone, something, okay, you're heartbroken, okay, something happened at work, you lost something, type loss into the chat. Type loss, LOSS, loss in the chat. For those of you who gained something, okay, got a new job opportunity, you became a dad, a mom, okay, you retired, you fell in love, you met someone, okay, support others in the chat. Support others in the chat. This is not easy. This growing is not easy, especially the first half of it. So support each other. All right. What is a feedback loop? Like, what is a system? A system is a feedback loop. A feedback loop is this. You text someone, they text you back. Yeah, you text someone, they text you back. That is a good loop, a good completion loop. It's good because it's completed. Human beings, we love completion. Loops are not bad or good. Loops are system, objects, system mechanism. Okay? Loop, repetition, circular, circles, circular movement, system. Think in terms of moving. So you text someone, they text back, completion. You text someone, they don't text back, that loop is not alive. Not alive. You work hard at a job, you don't get rewarded, that loop is not alive. Not alive. You don't feel alive. You work hard at your job, they promote you, they reward you, they recognize you. That loop is alive. So you now know what a loop is. Okay, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That you know loops need to make you feel alive. You need to feel alive with a loop. If you don't feel alive in a loop, you are spending time and energy looping. You are not moving, okay, toward your potential. Loops that are alive, okay, that make you feel alive, that gives you energy and meaning. They help you move. They help you move. Okay? Young Cliff 8. Pattern recognitions, noticing patterns. You're right here. We're here right now in the change. Maggie, you lost someone, something. You retired yourself. Gee, money. Good for you. Saba, hello. Hi. Hello. All right. So, for those who just joined, this is a growth cycle. Maggie, thanks for the roses. This is a growth cycle. This is how we grow from one version of ourselves to the next. Okay? What is your next version? You don't need to know what your next version is, but you need to be able to feel that you have the potential This version right here is your potential. You are here. You are here. Okay? You're making your way. Supposed to be making your way. Okay? But if you're stuck, if you're looping, you're stuck. You're not meeting your potential. Okay? So over here, where are you stuck? Okay? Where are you stuck? Use your pattern recognition. Use your memory. Find out. Stay through this live stream. We will be completing this cycle together in this live stream. We just got started. First stage, plateau. You're not learning, not growing. Okay? You want change. You ask for change. You give permission to receive change, and you have a change. Yeah. Change that I just talked about. Okay? Now, when you lost something, or when you gain something, okay, you start breaking with the loops that you have. Maggie, thanks for that green blob thing. When you start, okay, looping, you ask for change, okay, and when you have a change, you start to see the next version of yourself. Yes, when you disconnect from the loops here, so you can connect the loops over here. Okay, disconnect over here, reconnect over here. That's how you stop your patterns. For those of you who ask, how do I break my loop? How do I stop doing something? Okay, those who want to break your loops, first, you have to see your own loops. You have to see your own patterns. If you don't know your patterns, you're not going to break anything. Yeah. Internalize that. If you don't know your patterns, you don't know your loops, you can't break them. That's why it's important that you start noticing your own loops. Second reason why you want to notice your own loops, okay? Anytime someone knows your role, your identity, your job title, they know your loops. For example, you have a 9-to-5 job. Okay, your title is assistant, CEO, whatever that title is. Okay, you tell someone your title, they know your patterns. If you have a 9-to-5 job, they know you're not home doing 9-to-5. Or if you work from home, you're an engineer, you work from home, okay, you work all the time, right? Have deadlines. If you're a parent, they know you have someone you love, you take care of, that you want to protect. If they know you're retired, they know, okay, you've got time and resources to spend. If they know your patterns, they can tweak and influence your patterns. Yes, remember that. So you pay attention, you notice when something feels off, okay, something feels off, what's influencing your patterns, okay, what's influencing your patterns, okay, and if you know other people's patterns, you can tweak and influence their patterns. So know your patterns, especially your growth patterns, how you survived past cycle, how you problem solve, how you figure things out. Remember them. Remember, so you move faster. Okay, you move faster. But first you have to build capacity. Okay, you have to build capacity to move. Like the rocket ship. Okay, like the rocket ship. If you're building rocket ship to send out to space, you have to stress test, right? Your prototype, your model, you send test missions to make sure your rocket ship survives in space, so it doesn't explode or collapse, so that inside humans can live and survive inside the spacecraft. If your spaceship explodes in space, okay, you shouldn't be sending humans into space in that rocket ship, okay, because it won't survive. Your system, your nervous system, Here, there's one system that you want to start paying attention to now. This is you. Brain, heart, body, your nervous system, the autonomous life support system, just like inside the spacecraft. Okay? Okay? Yeah. It tells you if you can move. It tells you if you are ready. It tells you if you will survive the next stage. And if your system says no, no, I can't survive. I can't survive. You won't move. You won't move. Yeah. So those of you who are stuck, okay, start with your nervous system. If you feel stuck right now, and if you panic, okay, if you panic, anxious, you can't think, you're definitely not moving. Okay. I'll talk about fear at the door, but here, the change. When you experience a change, you experience a loss of identity. You lose, okay, your identity. And if you only have one identity and you've lost it, you can feel like you don't know who you are. Okay? And here's the thing, you don't have to know who you are. You don't have to know who you are like all the time. Okay? Your next version, that's the version you want to move to. And you don't have to know what that is in order to move. You don't have to know your destiny before you start moving. You have to keep moving because you will find out all about that next version in expansion. Okay? For those of you who joined, make sure you follow me. Follow me. Okay? So you can start from the beginning. We will be completing this cycle together today. For those of you who joined, okay, 30 minutes ago, okay, 3 things we're doing today. 3 things we're doing today. You will find where you are, which stage, where. So if you're stuck, find where you are. So you know what's next and start preparing for it. The key here is you know where you are and start preparing for it so you can move. Okay? Move. Why? Why do you want to move? Every stage here, you are moving closer and closer to your potential. Okay? You don't just move toward your potential. Okay? You don't just move toward your potential. You build your system capacity to hold potential, to hold it. Okay? What is capacity? Think of this. This is a glass of water. Okay? The capacity is how much water it can hold. If the glass is small, the cup is small, you can only hold this much of water. If you want more water, if you want to hold more water, you need a bigger cup. Okay? With the cup, you can't change the size of the cup. With our body, our system, we can increase in capacity. And what is that? Okay, your brain. Okay, your brain, your heart, emotions, yeah, okay, your physical body. It's like training for a marathon. If you want to run a marathon, you don't run a marathon on day 1. You train for it. Okay, so day 1, you run for 1 minute. Day 2, you run for 2 minutes. Day 3, 3 minutes, until your whole system can run the entire marathon, can survive the run. Okay, mental, yeah, it's mental. So you got to train that mental capacity, just like Olympic athletes. Yeah, they train mindset, right? Mental, but also emotional aspect. Okay, higher heights. Can you handle success? Can you handle failure? How fast can you recover from injury? Are you going to give up? Do you give up when you get injured? No. Olympians don't give up when they get injured. That's the emotional capacity. And they train physically. Okay? They train physically. Yeah. Right. Okay? Think of Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, yeah. He started golfing when he was like, what, 3 months old? Okay, 3 years old. 3 years old? 3 years old. By the time he was 16, okay, he was already achieved a high level because he trained. He trained, well, his parents trained him. Brain, okay? The computing, how you compute how hard to hit the ball, trajectory of the ball, just like trajectory of the rocket ship, you got to use a brain power for that. The heart, the emotions, can you handle success? Can you handle failure? What happens when your life goes downhill? What happens when you hit rock bottom? Okay? Yep. Train it. Yeah. Physical aspect. He needs to be strong enough to hit the ball. Okay? You are the athlete. You are the rocket ship. That's your system. When you ask who I am, when you have this change and you ask who I am, okay, you start to see the next version of yourself. Yes, you start to see the next version of yourself. That version with higher potential. And now guess what? For those of you who feel like you're between versions and realities, well, yes, because now you have two versions of you. Yeah? You have two versions of you now. Techie, good evening. Rumi, hello. Welcome. Audrey, looking for massive change. Oh, fantastic, Audrey. You are lucky. You're lucky you found me today. For those of you who started this cycle with me together, yeah, most of you find me in the middle. I go live every day, but not at the exact same time. So if you catch me in the beginning, you're lucky. So stay with me. We'll be completing this cycle together today. Okay. So now in compression, if you start to see two versions of yourself, okay, you are now in compression. You see this two directions? You are being pulled into two versions of you. You are spending energy, okay, lots of energy running two loops, two patterns, okay, two versions of you. Not just one anymore, two. Yes, okay, so you start to hear two voices. Okay, this one over here, your nervous system says, stay here. Don't go over there. No, don't go through the door. Okay, it's important that we actually do step through the door. No stepping. If you don't step through the door, you're not going to expand. Okay, we have to go through the door. Okay, I'll be talking about the few things at the door. If your life is asking you to choose, stay here for that. Your nervous system, its job is to make sure you survive. So it tells you, hey, do exactly the same thing you did yesterday. Okay, you will survive today if you do what you did yesterday. So guess what? Stability, safety. So we do exactly the same thing. We don't change. So when you don't change, if you don't change, you don't go through stress testing. If you don't go through stress testing, your rocket ship doesn't know if it can survive in space. So you just stay stuck. You stay stuck in front of the door. The two versions of you. Here, think of it like a song. Okay, like a song. You've been hearing one song over here. Now you start to hear another song over here. Birgit, welcome back, Birgit. For my fans, welcome back. You can be part of my fan club by hitting the join button. Okay. I'm doing something fun with the fans. Fans Q&A on the weekend. Saturday. Every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Become a fan. Okay. So this is another song you're hearing. Okay. This is a new song. Think of it like a song. When you hear a song that you like, what do? You move to that song, right? You move to the beat, right? The beat. So for those of you, sometimes in compression, if you experience time going really, really fast or slow, okay, fast, slow, you are hearing two beats, okay? Do you hear it? That's one beat. All of your loops, all of your patterns, beat to a beat, okay? What is that beat? What is that beat? That beat is not abstract. It's timing, it's rhythm. It's rhythm. Why? Because every system has a dominant timing, dominant beat where every repetition, every loop beats two. Think of it like your 9 to 5 job, your job, okay? 9 to 5, that's the schedule. All of your work is around that time, 9 to 5. Think of the sun, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weekend. Okay, the week, every day, the sun rises. Okay, that is the beat, our weekly schedule. Okay, think of the moon, the ocean tides, right? The ocean tides rises, okay, rises every 28 days. That's the beat, the rhythm of the moon. You are a system. You have a beat. That's your heartbeat. Okay? There's one beat that you want to listen to. Your heartbeat inside of you. That beat. Yep. So you hear two beats now in compression. Okay? The beat that you've been beating to, all of your loops and patterns beat to that. But you have another version of you. A new beat. Okay? A new beat. It doesn't matter if it's faster or slower. It doesn't matter. You hear it, and that's it. You notice. Okay? All right. Oh, at the door, we'll be doing a breathing exercise. That breathing exercise is going to override your system, your breathing. You're going to control your heartbeat. Yeah, you're going to control your heartbeat through breathing. Your breathing controls the timing of your heartbeat. If you control the timing of your heartbeat, you control the timing of your loops. You change your loops and patterns. Yeah. You change your reality. Okay? Think of an ancient civilization, advanced culture that survived. They all talk about secret knowledge, esoteric wisdom, gated knowledge, okay? Cryptic stuff. Right next to it, here are the manuals for how to breathe, for how to move. How to breathe and how to move. Breath and movement. Manuals. I mean, they were smart. They were smart. And they left us manuals for breathing and moving. Yeah, it's not coincidence. Okay? So now you see two versions of you. Okay? I'm reading some comments now just to make sure that I answer some questions. AI summary, discussing personal growth and finding your next version. Ask for guidance. Okay, quite good. Let's see. 99 near. Truly is our mind concept of that we feel time and space is connected. I have to move much faster, guys. I have to move much faster now. Good afternoon, Jackna. Good afternoon. It is now 2:52 p.m. Pacific time, California, USA. So tell me in the chat which country and time where you are. Okay, in the chat. Neon, hello. All right. If you see two versions of yourself, that's a good thing. Okay. So if you don't know who you are, don't worry. Okay. You will find out who you are, who you are becoming. Now, we're coming to the door. But in compression, okay, you're feeling pressure because you're being stress tested. You're being stress tested by life. Yes. So when you're being stress tested, like the rocket ship, it makes sure that you can survive the next stage. Make sure the rocket ship can survive in space. Okay, that's what this stress testing is. This compression. For those of you, okay, who are feeling pressure, yeah, for those of you who are feeling a test, life is testing you, pressure, okay, type me into the chat. If that's you under pressure, you are between two versions reality, you don't know who you are, okay, 3 or 4, type me into the chat. Austria, we're good. Welcome, Maggie, Louisiana. Esho, Athens, Pennsylvania. Zambia, Elise. Cameroon, where's Cameroon? Portofino, La Villa. T27, me. Michelle, me. Villa, me. Donna, Maggie, Fino. So many of you. So many of you. Okay. This is how it feels, okay? You're being squeezed. You're being pressured, squeezed, okay? From the outside. And you're spending a lot of energy pushing back, right? Pushing back. Meanwhile, you have the two version pulling you away, and you're spending energy holding it together. That's pressure. That's tension. If you have a lot of tension and pressure building up, you need some type of release. You need to preserve your energy. Over here, okay, you can be in bed all day, you do nothing, and you are exhausted. Okay, nothing helps. That's you in compression. Okay, that's you in compression. You need rest, quality rest. You need to eat food. Okay, eat food, quality food. Doesn't need to be expensive food, but nutritious food, because your body generates energy. Yes, human body is amazing. Our body is amazing. We regenerate energy. Yeah. Two resources, time and energy. Time, tick, 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 gone. Okay? Life is short. Energy, we spend energy, we can regenerate energy. We eat, okay? But before we eat, we have to work to make money. Use the money to buy the food, cook the food, eat the food, rest, metabolize. Then we regenerate. Regenerating energy costs time. Do you get it now? Time. Everything costs time. Every loop, every pattern that you spend your energy, okay, cost time, expensive. You text someone, you text that boy, you text that girl, you text that, whoever they are, they don't text back. You spend energy, time and energy. That's not coming back. Yeah. Yeah. And you start thinking, because it's the loop where it's incomplete. The loop doesn't complete until they text you back. Incomplete. You start to think of solutions to complete the loop. You think you can complete the loop. So guess what? You start thinking, oh, is it because I said something? I did something? I'm not pretty enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not capable enough, not smart enough. You start thinking negative thought loops to answer why they don't text you back. Stop. No. No. They don't text you back. Okay. There's a reason they don't text you back. There's a reason they don't text you back. Stay here for that. Okay. Stay here for that. This right here. Silence. Learn about silence. For those of you, okay, texting someone, you feel bad they don't text you back. Okay. Stay for that. Okay. So I have to do a little puzzle thing. All right. So at the door, if that's you, many of you are there now. How many of you? Okay. Type the word text, T-E-X-T, text in the chat if you're texting someone and they're not texting you back. Or the other way around. They text you and you don't text back. Text into the chat. Because that loop is not complete. Either you want them to text you back or they want you to text them back. Many. Yep, me. I'm one of those. Yes, I text someone and they don't text back. Many of them don't text back. Maggie, Buck, Marcella, Tecolad, Juice. You don't text back. Sunshine, good for you. Well, stay here. All of those who wrote text, okay? Oh, Birgit, they text back. Awesome. Stay here for the silent stage. Now we're getting very close to the door, okay? So when you feel the pressure, okay? When you feel that pressure, that compression here, you are about to make a decision. You have to at some point. So this cycle, okay, you can experience this cycle with anyone, anything, a situation, a job. Okay, it's not just one cycle. You experience many of these throughout the day, weekly, monthly, yearly, big cycles and small cycles. You're in a relationship with someone. You're dating someone. Okay, you're in love with someone. A relationship, you and the other person. Okay, you feel pressure to make a decision with them. Okay, you are at work. They promoted you. You have more responsibilities now. Okay, you're in expansion. You're learning. You're growing. Okay, so you can have multiple cycles. It's not just one. Forget you don't want to text back. Well, don't text back. You see, here's the thing. You don't have to text back. Just like they don't have to text you back. You don't have to text back. Save your energy. Jen, you've set boundaries on that person. So short reply, very smart. Yes. Set boundaries. Pinning your message. No access. Yes. Yes. I'll be talking about access over here in silence. For those of you, you text someone, they don't text back, or you ghosting someone, they ghost you, stay here for this stage. We're coming to the door now. So when you experience pressure, you're being stress tested by life. Okay. So here's the thing, stress testing is not bad. Okay. It makes sure that you have you have the ability to survive. When I first started weightlifting, okay, like lift weights, squat, bench, deadlift. How many of you have done weightlifting? Type me into the chat. Or gym, type gym into the chat. If you've done weightlifting, you've lifted weights, you've done sports, you've any type of physical training, type gym. Oh, good, many of you. Hope Fairy, Sunshine, McQueen, welcome back. Jim, Villa, Jen, Frank. Oh, good, McQueen. So when I joined a weightlifting gym, okay, squat, bench, overhead press, deadlift, 4 lifts. Well, we also do clean and jerk, snatch. My coach, it was a team, a weightlifting team, all women's weightlifting. My coach, first day, my coach said to me, today, your first day, you're not lifting weights. You will learn to fail with form. Mind blown. What do you mean I'm not going to lift weights? I'm paying you to train me so I can lift weights. You want me to fail? He said, 1, you learn to fail so you don't hurt yourself. Okay, well, I didn't think about that maybe I could get hurt, right? Second, okay, you recover from failure fast. Okay, that's what you'll be learning. And failure is not a bad thing. Failure, okay, is the next thing of your personal best, your personal record. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Your personal record, your personal best. Type yes if you know what I'm talking about. This, he said, as you lift more and more weight, you will fail. Yeah, he didn't tell me you're going to lift 250 pounds tomorrow. No, he said you will lift more and more weight and you will fail. And when you fail, you will know how to fail without getting hurt, and you will know how to recover quickly. Nobody taught me that. Nobody. That was like the best money that I spent. I wish I had that learning earlier in life. Failure, stress testing. Okay, stress testing. It's not a bad thing. You find out what your limit is so you can exceed your limit. All the athletes, all the Olympic records, right? They say Olympic record. What is that? That is the best, right? That's the best record. Guess what's after the best? People fail. You fail, okay? That next step is you fail. Yeah, that's how you get your personal best. Your personal best and failure are literally right next to each other. Yeah, think about that. Jen, failing means you're trying. Yes, you always have to try. You always have to. Stress testing. Just like your rocket ship. If your rocket ship fails, explodes, you do it again, right? You do it again. You test again. You see what went wrong, and you refine it, improve, fix it. Oh, I love that. I love this comment from Donna. Failure without quitting makes success. Persistence. Yes. Guys, make sure to follow me. Make sure to follow me. Follow me so you can start this cycle from the beginning. We're almost in the middle. We'll be completing this cycle today. This is a group reading. Okay, 3 things you will find out. You use your own skill and your memories to find where you are in the cycle, where you're stuck, where do you think you are. If you know where you are, you can prepare to move to the next stage. That's number one. Okay. Number 2, remember how you survived, how you solve problems, how you love, how you work, how you live. Okay. How you recover from failure, handle rejection, hold success. For those of you who says, well, how do I make someone stay in love? Well, do you have what it takes to hold them? Okay. Money. Yes, you can make a lot of money. I'm an engineer. I'm in engineering. Many of my friends and I helped I trained, taught them how to write code, and they got high paying jobs in engineering. They make a lot of money in engineering, yes, but they can't hold, right? So if you can't hold it, are you successful? Are you just making it but not holding it? No. That's what potential is. You reach, you build your capacity. You don't just touch your potential. You hold it sustained. That's why in growth part, I'll be talking about stabilization. If you don't stabilize your growth, you can risk falling back into your old loops, old patterns, old relationships and situations. Yeah. So stay with me here. When you're at the door, we're about to be at the door for those of you. Okay, so here, failure is not bad or good. Failures, it just means you know where your boundary, your limits are. Okay, loops are not bad or good. Loops are system objects. Okay, movement, mechanism, how energy, okay, is spent, redirected. Okay, movement inside the system. Moving, feedback loop, back and forth, circular, round and round and round. Earth, okay, is a system. Earth is a system, okay. Weather patterns, storm system, spinning, okay. Vortex, circular movement, round, feedback loop, back and forth. That's circle. That's a circle right here. Yeah. The atmosphere is the boundary. Okay, you right here, you are the system. Okay, your body, that's the boundary. Your blood circulating, right? Fish in a fishbowl, they swims in circles. Fishbowl is a system. Pattern recognition, use it. Yeah, make that connection. Once you know what a system is, you start to see path you didn't see before. Okay, right. When you feel enough pressure, you will be at the door. We always come to the door. For those of you who come to the door and go back, for those who come to the door and go back and door back, okay, listen to this. Okay, 3 ways that you move at the door. Oh, actually, how many of you type door if you think life is asking you to choose? Okay, if you're at the door right now, you feel the pressure. Okay, you're exhausted, you feel the pressure, and you feel like you have the urge to do something now, a decision. Type door into the chat. DOOR, door into the chat. Modi circles. Yes. Yes. Nice work, door. Waste some silence and you just launch your 1000 rocket. That's funny. You must have a lot of energy if you're launching that many rockets. Olivia, Clementine, welcome back. Villa, door, unknown, door. Unknown, door, unknown. What's behind the door? Unknown, unknown. I'll be talking about fear of the unknown really soon. Miss Wise Mind, door. Many of you, her Lux Code. Queens. Hi, dear. What is this about? Baby Ferocious. This is about you. You, how you grow through challenges, how you reach your potential. Okay? Your potential. If you feel like you're here for more, you're here. There's more in you. But you're just looping. You're just looping. You see this right here? You're looping. How do you get to your potential? That's what this is about. The growth cycle is how we grow from one version of ourselves to the next version. Check out my pin post right here. Life guide, check out my pin post. Okay, for those of you who just joined, make sure you follow me. Follow me so you can start this from the beginning. I'm doing a condensed version of this right now. This is a short live stream today on the weekend. Longer live stream. 4, 5, 6 hours long. So this one, short, okay? When you're at the door, 3 ways you can move at the door, okay? First, you go back and you loop the same way. You do exactly the same thing over here, okay? 1, your nervous system, your system said, no, I can't survive behind the door. I can't survive behind the door. I won't go through the door, okay? Fear of the unknown. Fear of not knowing what's behind, and your system says, I don't know what's behind, I can't survive. No. Okay? Stay here. We know safety. We know what you need to do to survive. Okay? So what do? You increase in capacity of your system. That's it. Okay? You increase capacity, the brain, your computing unit on board, your heart, the emotional GPS system, your vessel, your container, your shell, your rocket ship, your car. Okay, the container, one system, all working together, increasing capacity. Then you move. Okay. Second, if you move back, you may be sacrificing yourself so others can grow. You may be sacrificing yourself, your own growth, your energy, your life force, so others, your loved ones, okay, can move along. That's honor, that's duty, form of love. Okay? And don't you worry. Don't you worry. You have to keep looping this way right now, okay? Because others are dependent on you. Invasion, thanks for the hi friend. Okay? Life will always send you opportunities. Don't you worry. You have to be strong and stay there. Loop the same way so you can care for others, so you can provide for others. Yes, you know who you are. Okay? Type me. If you sacrifice yourself so others can grow, type me in the chat. Modi. Modi.com. You like the bell, huh? Queens, you sacrificed. Wise mind, you sacrificed. So many of us. Sunshine, unknown, Fino, JV, Demi. Yeah, a lot of us. We all sacrifice. We're all sacrificing. Don't you worry, okay? Don't you worry. Life will always send you more opportunities. Yeah? All right. So, one way back to this direction. Second, okay, right here at the door, you go through it. You walk through the door. How? How? Okay? You surrender. You let go. Okay? Right here, you've been holding on to these loops. These loops, time and energy that you put in to these loops, expensive. They are not helping you move here. These, okay, that you've been holding on, okay, that relationship, that job. Yes, you have a job, but you ask, where is this job taking me? What is the end game? What is the final boss of that job? What about the relationship? Where is this relationship going? What is the final destination? Can that person see you with them in the future? And what is that future like? Yeah. Okay. Let go. Surrender is not weakness. Surrender is not giving up. Surrender is strategic. Why strategic? You need energy. When you let go, you stop spending energy running the loops. You have your energy back. Why energy is important? No energy, no fuel, no growth. No energy, no growth. Remember, no energy, no growth. You are exhausted, you're burnt out, you're not growing, you cannot grow. Okay? This is physics. Physics, remember this. Okay? If you don't have energy, you're not going to grow. Your phone doesn't have battery, you can't use your phone. You don't have energy, you can't get out of bed. You can't get out of bed, you can't build the future. You can't create the future. That's what you're here for. You're here to create the future that you want to live in. The existing system, we didn't build that. I didn't build that. And it's not stable. It doesn't hold us anymore. So what do we need to do? We need to build our own future. If you have no energy, you can't build anything. I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I just get very passionate about that. Donna, if they choose, you're always sharing your experiences so others don't walk down that same wrong path. I love that, Donna. I love that. Yes. Help others. Okay. Once you help yourself, use this to help yourself. Okay. If you panic, you cannot move. You cannot move. You cannot meet your potential. You cannot meet your potential. You cannot build the future. Okay. Find where you are. Reduce panic. You help yourself. Your rocket ship spirals. If your rocket ship spirals in space, it's not going to reach the moon. It's not going to reach Mars. Okay? Your rocket ship spirals is not going to reach your potential, your next version. So stabilize your rocket ship. Find out where you are. Move. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Stabilize. Okay? Bug. You're seeing 1111 constantly. For those of you seeing repeating numbers, okay, I'm going to share with you what a pattern is, okay, what a pattern is, why you're seeing repeating numbers, why, okay, 3, what do you need, what to do when you see the numbers, how do you decode the numbers, the words, how do you decode that? I'll be going over that. We're at the door now. Okay, so you surrender. Okay, walk through. That means you have to overcome some fear. Yes, overcome some fear. But when you let go, okay, when you let go, you feel peace. Okay, you can feel peace. Okay, just let the current take you. Let the current, let the river take you. The river always knows where the ocean is, right? All right. Third thing at the door. Third thing, there are 2 types of people, how they make decisions. Okay, there are 3 types, but I'll cover the 2 right now. Let's see which group you're in. Okay, first, at the door, okay, you're analytical, you use your brain. Okay, analysis, outcomes, scenario, simulation, okay, of what the potential outcomes may be before you make that decision. You spend a lot of energy thinking your way out. Okay, that's the brain. That's brain dominant. Okay, second group here, gut instinct, intuition. Okay, gut feeling, first impression. Okay, you make decisions faster than the brain people. Okay, but you spend energy, okay, testing reality. Okay, small experiments, actions, movements. If something isn't going well, no big deal. You try something else. Okay, 2 types. Now, here's the thing. Neither right or wrong, good or bad. No judgment here. It's how we make decisions. All of us make decisions differently. That's why our growth patterns are unique to us, different from each other. Okay? My story different from yours. Your stories unique to you. Different data set, different history, okay? Different memory. I can't judge you, you can't judge me. Okay? Save your energy. I'm saving my energy. Yeah. So, if you are more brain, if you're the brain, okay, analytical, type brain into the chat. If you're more gut instinct, first impression, type gut into the chat. The idea here is that you remember how you make decisions, how you made decisions back then. Because what you did survived. You can use how you make decisions now, optimize. Yes, you can optimize how you make decisions now if you remember how you make decisions. Army girl, thanks for the heart, Army girl. Bali, you see repeated numbers and you repeated. Yes, exactly. Once you see your patterns, okay, you see other people's patterns, okay, you see your own patterns, you tweak, optimize your own patterns, you can tweak other people's patterns. And guess what? They see your patterns, they know your patterns, they can tweak and influence your patterns. Remember that. Just need to notice. Well, you will know if they're looping. Are your friends looping, not learning, not growing? Okay, are they in compression? Are they under pressure? Are your coworkers under pressure? Are your parents under pressure? Okay, pressure. Yeah, decision time. Pressure. If you're in compression, make sure you have a way to release pressure, like the pressure cooker. Okay, there's a little release valve pressure cooker that you use to cook food with. Okay, release valve, you gotta regulate. Let your system regulate. Yeah, release. If you don't, okay, I will talk about how if you don't do that, what happens right here. Black seed, welcome back, expanding. Bali, you feel hurt by people you trusted, but only to find out betraying you. It hurts like, yeah. Betrayal. Okay, when someone betrays you, you're right here. Okay, you're right here. This is a pattern interruption. So at the door, the two types of people that we have, no judgment here, is just how you make decisions. Brain, gut, brain. Brain, gut, gut, gut. Okay, both. There are many of you use your gut feelings. Fantastic. So, okay, for those of you, analytical, brain heavy, okay, brain heavy. Over here at the door, fear of regret. Fear of unknown. I talked about fear of unknown. Your system says, I can't survive. I don't know what's there. Okay. Fear of regret. Analytical people. Okay. The longer you use your brain because you think brain is the only intelligence you have and you only use your brain to try and solve this. Okay. The longer you tie your intelligence to the outcome, okay, your nervous system kicks in to protect your ego because now you're spending time and energy looping, trying to solve, okay, this loop in your head. Okay, how do I get past the door? How do I overcome fear? The more you think about that, the more your self-doubt is going to kick in. Your self-doubt sounds like this. Hey, maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe these outcomes aren't perfect like you think. Okay, maybe you're not that smart, not that pretty, not that good enough. Maybe you're really not that good. Your self-doubt saying it to you. Okay, so you stay, so you don't walk through the door. Do you see what I'm saying? If you are stopped here at the door, you're just pivoting back and forth. You're like flip-flopping. You are like back and forth, back and forth. You're stuck. Here's the thing about fear. Fear, okay, is a tool. Yeah, it's a tool. It's like a knife. You can use a knife like a tool, okay, for good and for bad, okay? Here, fear. Your nervous system, your life support system uses fear to do two things. First, it freezes you. Okay, you stay, you don't move. Okay, you're just here. Okay, you're here at the door, Okay. Second thing, fear makes you run. You run, you take off, you go, you move. Okay, two things. Lisa, thanks for the puffy heart. Okay, remember these two things. Yes, your nervous system uses fear as a tool to move you. Think of it like a chess game. A chess, okay? You make a move, you look around, right? You recompute your path on the board. You make another move. Thanks for joining my fan club. You move, assess, recompute, make a move. Pause, right? Pause. Invasion, thanks for the lightning. Thank you. Repeat. Yeah. Here's the thing. If fear is the tool, your nervous system can use that, right? It's using it to you now. It's using it, okay, to stop you at the door or to make you run, right? Make you run at the door, that's fear of FOMO. I'll tell you more about that. But here, if fear is a tool, your nervous system uses it on you, You can use fear yourself. You can use fear yourself. Yeah. And other people, what else, who else can use fear to make you stay or run? This is the survival mechanism. This is the fight or flight. Can someone type fight or flight into the chat? I like to pin it. Fight or flight mechanism. Okay, survival. So here's the thing. You don't need to be paranoid, but you got to know what fear is. See it as a tool. Okay, change your perception of fear. See fear as a tool. Every time you see fear, pause. Okay, pause. Ask, what is this fear making me do? Stay frozen? Am I frozen? Or are you running? Are you moving? Okay? Okay? Second question, ask, what is the intention, the narrative, the story? Okay? What is the story there? When you read a new story, scary story, makes you feel fearful, okay? Ask why they're showing me this story. Your family member, friends, tell you a secret, okay? Oh, thank you, Cosmic, thank you. Pinning that. Okay, that's the fight or flight mechanism. Okay, your friend, family tells you a secret. Scary. It doesn't make you feel good. Okay, work. You heard something. Your manager said something to you. Fear. What's the intention? The story. Think about that. You feel frozen. What is that story? What is that thought, that looping thought that you have? Okay, that's it. Just notice. Fear is the tool. Other people can use it on you. You can use fear on other people. You can use fear on yourself. That's what your nervous system does. Yeah. Okay. Third type of fear. Okay. Right. So if you find yourself frozen, here, those of you who are frozen, okay, now you know why you're frozen. Yeah. Right? Those of you who are frozen at the door, you can't make the decision right now, type me in the chat. Okay? If that's you, you're frozen, type me in the chat. Tekolad, your fear makes you react without seeing the big picture. Yeah, that's what fear does. That's what fear does. Andre, you don't want to fight because you will. Oh, it takes energy to fight, to run. It takes energy just to be frozen. Bali, Rudo, welcome back. Frozen, Eugenia. Bali, you're lost. You don't know which direction to go in life. You keep getting disappointed. Okay. So if you're at the door, the third type of fear, okay, there's a third type of fear, okay, we talked about fear of the unknown, fear of regret, okay, because those of you who are frozen, you worry that you may make a bad decision and other people laugh at you, criticize you, that your self-doubt, you think that you're not that smart. Yeah. Third type of fear, it's called fear of FOMO. Fear of missing out, FOMO. Someone please type FOMO, fear of missing out. FOMO, fear of missing out. Can someone type that in the chat? Fear of missing out, okay? What fear of missing out does is that you fear of losing potential gain. Here's the thing. Potential is not even real. It's potentially gain, potential. Okay, so that fear makes you run. It makes you run through the door without thinking at all. It bypasses your entire system. Many of the people in my network, cryptocurrencies, stock traders, day traders, gambling, okay, cryptocurrencies, bitcoins, stocks, they make decisions based on fear of missing out. And every time, almost every time, most of the time, they regret. They regret making that trade. Thanks for typing that out for me. Yeah, so now you know. For those of you who are stuck at the door, okay, or around the door, now you have the few things, okay? Sacrifice, surrender, regret, and fear that you think about, okay? Go back, loop the same way, walk forward, or just stay stuck. Here's the thing. If you hang out here too long, your body, your system will make that decision for you. You will break at some point. You will literally burn out. Your system will say, no, here's how you know, I'm done. You hear it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I won't do this anymore. I can't. Okay? And it stops. Your body stops. First time I was burned out, working at a startup as an engineer, 15 hours a day in the gaming industry. Yeah, I love games. I started playing games since I was very young, but working in the gaming industry is very different. Very different. Okay. I was burned out and I didn't know I was. How did I find out? My body stopped letting me touch the computer. The thought of me wanting to touch the computer just to check emails made me sick, burned out. How many of you experience burned out? Type burned out into the chat. Okay, type burned out into the chat. If you have burned out or you are burning out right now, okay, yeah, panic. For me, panic. The thought was, what if this is forever? What if I can never touch the computer again? My job, my living, that's how I support myself. My job, if I can't touch the computer again, what would life be for me? Okay? Yeah. No, not forever. Not forever. My body, my system recovered. Okay? But here's the thing, I also learned. I learned to feel when I'm burning out. Okay? Army girl, burned out. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for the follow. Thanks for all the follows. Yeah. Burned out. And guess what? Remember, okay, if you're burning out right now or you've burned out, think about last time that you were burned out. How did you recover? How did you recover from that burnout? Okay, remember, you remember your patterns. This is your recovery. Okay, recovery. Remember, those of you, thanks for joining my fan club. Those of you who are feeling burned out, remember now how it feels right now to be burned out, because you will be burned out again in the future. Yes, you will. And you will know, you will start to learn, see the sign before you actually get to a point where you break. That was me. The second time I was feeling burned out, I felt it coming. I felt it. And I slowed down. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I still got burned out. I burned out a few times. But every time, I got better. It got easier. It got easier. Yeah, I could see the sign. Green moth break. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's not fun. Breaking is not fun. We're here compression, stress tested, life stress testing us. Not fun. Mm-mm. This first part, not fun. Second part, fun, exciting, play. Okay. So at the door, all right? At the door. Why? There's only one direction we want to move toward, and it's this direction. This is the direction where our potential is waiting for us. That's why we keep moving. We keep moving. Okay? That's why we need to walk through the door. We need to cross that threshold. This is the threshold moment, okay, that we have to get through. Okay? When we cross the door, when we walk through it, we will lose some people. We will lose some friends, some families. But here's the thing. Disconnect, right? Disconnect, we connect. We connect over here. New people, new situations, new opportunities. Yeah. Why we disconnect here? So when you grow, okay? When you grow, when we grow, our friends and families don't always grow with us. No. Friends, families, partners don't always grow with us. And that's okay. That's okay. That's just life, okay? That's why they say we grow apart, right? We grow apart, okay? Disconnect from the loops. We connect over here, right? So when you do that, when you walk through the door, okay, you enter the stage called silence. This is a muted notification bell, like your phone on vibrate, like not even vibrate, just silence, okay? No one can reach you. You disconnect friends, families, okay? You delete, you start deleting your social media. Yeah, posts that you made, blocking people, block them. Okay? You don't respond to them, you ghost them. You ghost them, yeah, you don't have to respond. You don't have to answer to them. Yeah, especially if they're taking energy from you. Why? Okay, you're preserving your energy for takeoff, for expansion. No energy, no growth. No energy, no growth. Yeah, you delete, you recycle, you donate, you clean house. Okay, you sort out your closet situation, you create space, you save up your energy, you reduce the noise, you cut out the drama. The drama is what takes your energy away. The noise, you don't need the noise. What you need to do is you need to be by yourself. This right here is solitude. Okay, those of you who resonate with solitude, this is you. You initiated that. You need it by design. This is the stage you have to go through. This is the 0 point, the reset between compression and expansion. Okay, it's physics. This is state change. And right here, this right here is the liminal space between the old version of you, the past, and the future. You're right here. You have to go through this. You're not broken. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to sit in the corner, in the dark corner, and like sleep, do it. You're by yourself, you're disconnected. You know what? You're in a cave. Some people call it the void. The void. You're in a cave. You go into a cave. Do it. Here's the thing. It's not forever. It's not forever. How do you get out of it? You get out of it, okay? Couple of things. Number one, your system has to say, I'm ready for takeoff. What is it by ready for takeoff? Okay? Preparation. You have to prepare your entire system mentally, emotionally, and physically. Okay? And second thing that you need fuel. You see the rocket ship? Fuel. No fuel, no takeoff, just like your car. If your car doesn't have gas, you're not going anywhere. Okay, you're not going anywhere. Yeah. This, make sure you follow me. I'm skipping a lot of the things throughout these stages. So follow me so you can join me for the longer stream on the weekends. Okay. Now, silence. You ghost other people. For those of you earlier, okay, or earlier said you ghosted others, or you text them, they don't text back, or they text you, you don't text back. Okay. Ghosting, silence, going quiet is not rejection. Ghosting, silent, withdrawal is not rejection. It's preparation. Okay, it's preparation. Okay, you are preparing for takeoff. If you don't prepare for takeoff, for expansion, you don't expand. Okay, you don't. And other people, if they don't prepare themselves, if they don't go through this stage, they won't expand. So, okay, you don't want them to interrupt your preparation, just like they don't want you to interrupt their preparation. Mutual respect their space and time. Okay, it's not rejection. Here's the thing. When you come out, or when they come out from their silence, okay, you guys will reconnect. Yeah. Okay. So how long can you be in silence? Here's the thing. Every one of us is different. We are all different. It depends on you. Okay. Some very fast. Days, weeks, months, some years. My last 1 year. I was in silence for 1 year. It was dark, very dark time. I was disconnected from everyone. Yeah, I was disconnected from everyone. So if you are in silence right now, or you have been, how long have you been in silence now? How long? How many weeks, months, years? Share in the chat. Nice work. Thanks for sharing my live stream. Me. Yes, they will. You can give keys. They can up. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Here's when you're in silence. Okay. You control your access to people. You are the system. Okay. Remember, systems, consent protocol, permission. You determine who should have access to you. This is your house. It's like your house. You don't give everyone keys to your house. Just like not everyone should have access to you. Yeah, shut it. Control. This is your border. This is your boundary. Okay, you want to protect what's here. You want to protect you. This. So, not everyone can come into your system anytime. No, you decide who gets into your system and what leaves your system. You don't have to share everything with everyone. Okay? Data, input into your system, output, leave your system. You are the one with the keys. You control the permission, access. Save your energy. You got to save your energy. Okay? Oh, me, thanks for that message. That reminded me. Yeah, oh yeah. TikTok has a lot of our data. AI loves our data. Okay, thanks for joining my fan club. So here, you can apply this. You can apply this cycle at the global scale. This is not just micro, where internal for you. This is at all the scale, all the scales. Okay, here, okay? When the world was calm and stable, perhaps boring a little bit, some world event happens, okay, that divides the world into two, right? Two, opposite, fighting, conflict, polarity, okay? And then the world makes a decision. Thanks for joining my fan club. Okay, the world makes a decision, not us. We don't make world decisions. The world makes the decision. And then always, almost always, expansion. If there's some conflict, always expansion. That's always the path. Okay, this, okay, artificial intelligence, a technology that's growing really, really fast right now. Okay, and it needs energy. Again, no energy, no growth, right? So do you know what artificial intelligence is? Yes, you know what AI is. You're using that every day now. Okay, you're using that every day now. Okay, there are people in the world think that if they control AI, they control the world. Okay, but how do you control AI? How do you grow AI? Energy. Energy, energy, energy. No energy, no growth. No energy, no growth. So they fight over energy. They fight over energy. Yeah, they want AI. Okay? No energy, no AI. Also data, right? Data. AI wants data. AI they ran out of data, human data, to train AI. Like a couple of years ago. Like organic books, human wrote, okay? Videos, human created, okay? To train AI, because AI needs data to grow. So they started generating AI data, AI creating data to train each other. When your data set, okay, when your data set starts to move away, deviate from human organic data, that data, is just not human. Yeah, right. Okay, so if you ask a data set, okay, questions about you, about humanity, about you, that response, those answers generated from a data set created by AI, it's not the same, okay? So AI wants your data. AI wants your data because your memory, your emotional data is gold. It's gold, okay? Yeah. Valuable, highly valuable. Okay, I'm gonna fly through the rest of this here now. So now you know, okay? You're in silence. AI is over 10,000 years old. How do you know that? Shot 63 was getting the path down, but now you forgot what's going on here. Okay, sorry, what path? What path? We have to, because the people are fighting for 10% of the pie, we're 10. Yeah, we can get philosophical with this, really. Killer shots, yes, you were here the other day. Wait, but you have a different name. You had a different name. Killer shots. Didn't you have a different name? Why is this same photo? Yeah, I see you. Why do you have a different name now? Okay, all right. I'm going to fly through the rest. How do you move from silence to rocket ship to expansion, fun, party time? Okay. One. Okay. You need a routine. You need a stable routine that is the base, the foundation for your new version, the loops, the patterns that you'll be running. Okay, you need that. You need to start building it. How? Nothing complicated. It needs to be simple, Very, very simple. Wake up in the morning, drink a glass of water. That's it. Okay, something simple. Take a walk. Find a building, a landmark, a fountain, a sign in your city, in your town. Go to it. Come back. Yeah, something every day. Same thing every day. Okay, repetition, repetition, repetition. Simple repetition every day in silence. Prepare your own meals. Okay, you got to build up energy. Prepare your own meals so you know what's entering your system. Input to your system. It affects your system. Output. Okay, output. Input, system, output. Okay, input, food, bathroom. Yeah. Emotional data input, emotional data input your system. Okay, release, tears. Okay, regulation, system regulation. You've got to let your system regulate. When your system gets hot, you sweat, cool it, right? Sweat, cool it. Emotional data, tears, release. You need to let your system regulate. Okay. So now when you have fuel and you have that routine, your system ready to take off. Your system is ready to take off. I'm going to fly through these things really fast, and I'm going to do a couple of exercises together when we complete this cycle. Okay? 2 very simple exercises to calm our system so we can think, feel, do, less panic. If you're in panic mode, you cannot think, you cannot feel, you cannot do, you cannot create. Okay? Second exercise, we'll be generating a little bit of energy. That's all we need, a little bit of energy to get us through to the next stage. Okay? All right, let's fly through this. It is 4 p.m. Okay, 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm here in California, USA. Andre, you do all these things, but you still feel bored. Well, Andre, if you feel bored, okay, Andre, if you feel bored, you're literally here. Okay, yeah, because if you were expanding, you wouldn't feel bored. The only time really that you feel bored is right here, the first stage of the cycle. And neither good or bad, all of us, every one of us starts out here. But how do you know? This stage is called plateau. Plateau, not learning, not growing. You're bored. Okay, you need a change. If you're looping, you need a change. Ask, give permission, give life permission. Thank you, Black Seed. Thank you. Give life permission to send you change. All right. How do you know you're in expansion? Guys, I'm going to fly through this now, flying through this. So make sure you follow me, okay, so you can get the longer version or come back, okay? But do stay for the completion and the couple of exercises. I promise you, it will change something. It will change something, okay? How do you know you're in expansion? Your awareness comes back online. You start to see everything more, okay? Your perception shifts. You start from seeing different angles now. Yes, insights, downloads, knowledge from someplace, okay? Your sensors, okay, like cranked up. Vision, hearing, all the sensors in your body, your biosensors, okay? Receiving. Yeah, you are like a sponge. You're absorbing everything, all the information, just absorbing, storing in your body. You're consuming a lot of data, YouTube videos, podcasts, live stream, this one, okay? Like this one. This is a good one for you. Follow me, tell your friends, okay? Books, okay? All of a sudden you're interested.
in quantum mechanics, biology, philosophy, Plato, Socrates. Okay, what other things? You see something interesting, you go down that rabbit hole. You go down that rabbit hole, okay? How many of you are going down rabbit holes right now? Okay, besides using AI, okay, books, okay, name a few. Alan Watts, processes, everything is a process, okay? Abraham Hicks, your rocket of desires, sent them out, okay? What others? Dolores Cannon, yeah, past lives, okay? Here's what Dolores Cannon said near the end. She said, stop thinking in the past. Stop looping in the past. You need to look forward to the future. Okay, just like when you make decisions, we don't make decisions from the past. We don't make decisions from the future. We make decisions now. Okay, so we can move forward to the future. Okay, tell me what rabbit holes that you went down. Sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is one of the rabbit holes. Channeling, yeah. Let's see what else. Quickly reading, scanning through. Deep Seeker, yes. Canon. Meditating. Okay. Well, whatever it is, you are absorbing a lot of information. Okay, when you're absorbing a lot of information, okay, you're curious, you feel young again, you have energy. Okay, the reason you have energy because you charged up. Okay, that's why you are excited, you are in expansion mode because you had fuel to take off. Okay, here on the other side, okay, compression. If you feel depressed, okay, well, at some point in expansion, I'm summarizing this now, guys. There are 6-7 stages in expansion. I'm only covering 6 over here, but there are few more stages that I can't fit here. They're in my map. Okay, you can get it in my map if you're interested. The 12 stages in the cycle, use it to find where you are so you know where you are so you can keep moving forward. Okay, use my map. Use my map to remember, okay, how you solve problems so you can apply your patterns this cycle so you move faster. Time is finite. Life is short. Okay, and the few exercises I want to talk about. Grounding is an interesting topic and is absolutely necessary, but I don't have time to cover it today. So anyways, check on my map if you're interested in that. All right, at some point you're absorbing a lot of information. Okay, when you absorb a lot of information, you can get overheated. You can be overloaded first. How do you know? You start to get hot. Your system get hot. You just feel hot. Okay? Yeah, because you're ingesting a lot of data. You're ingesting a lot of data and you're faster than you're processing the data. Just like your phone, downloading, processing. Okay? Faster than it can cool off. How your phone gets hot, your computer gets hot. That's what that is. Information, processing. Overloaded. How do you know you're overloaded? You're overloaded when you start to feel like you're full. You're full, okay? You can't read anymore. You can't process, you can't think anymore. Like you stop thinking. You can't see anymore because you're just filled with information, okay? You feel heavy, okay? And here's the thing. If you start to feel unexplained depression, unexplained anxiety, unexplained panic, and you have these thought loops that you keep like running, and you don't understand why you have them, because there's no relationship between those thoughts to you. you can't connect the dots back to you, okay, and they're not helping you move forward to your next version, stop. Okay, stop. You gotta pause. This tripped me over for 3 months. One time I was in expansion. I was absorbing emotional data. Yeah, it wasn't visual. It wasn't from books or from watching movies or anything. It was emotional data from outside, not my own. No, not my own drama. It was emotions from other people. We are systems. Just like Wi-Fi networks exchange data with each other. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. We are systems. We are like Wi-Fi networks. We exchange data with each other every day. If you walk into a room, you can feel how tense it is in the room. You can pick up emotional data. Yeah, if you see someone, let's say you see your friend, your parents smile at you, but you know they're sad inside, yeah, you can pick up emotional data. Yeah, okay. So when you do that, you can be unconsciously, you're not aware. You're picking up some data and storing it and replaying it as your own. Yeah, and when that happened, it's scary because why would I be having these thoughts? These thoughts are emotions, okay? Thoughts are emotions, energy. You're like, why am I having these thoughts? It's like they are scary, number one. Number two, they don't make sense. They don't make sense. For example, and fast example because I want to get through this in the next like few minutes here. Okay, I was picking up my friend's emotional data, 2 pieces of data. Okay, if you listen to me now, okay, this might help you get out of the depression, the panic that you may have, okay, that you think you may be, okay, before you seek external solutions. Just pay attention to this. Okay, 2 pieces of data that I picked up through doing expansion. Specifically, first, I had this urge to leave the city, like move away completely to another city. I mean, it made no sense to me. Made no sense. My career, connections, friends group, support group here in the city. Where would I go? Where, right? Panic, because it felt real. It felt real to me, that feeling, the urgency. Second piece of data, by end of the year. It was October when I started to feel really, really panicking, okay? And I was like, end of the year, that's 2 months from now. Where would I go? Like panic. It started to affect my work. I have to use my brain at my job. If I can't think straight, I would get a bad performance review, okay? Bad performance reviews, goodbye, right? So, oh, by the way, here's the thing about performance reviews. Okay, I was promoted into management, and I learned that performance reviews are never really about performance. They say it's meritocracy. I saw, okay, the system in management. So don't blame yourself. If they make you feel bad, okay, maybe every one of us can improve. We're not perfect. Yes, we can improve, but don't blame yourself if you get a performance review that doesn't reflect, okay, how you feel. Because it's never about, not always about performance. I mean, there are situations where it is, but anyway, sidetrack. Back to urgency to leave by end of the year. I was like Googling energy healers because it felt like energy stopped moving in me. No movement inside my body. I did not feel alive. I felt, okay, so movement, it needs movement. System needs movement. My system was not moving. So I was Googling like energy healers, hypnotherapists like Dolores Cannon, because I went down that rabbit hole because I thought, oh, maybe if I know my past life, then I would know how to solve my problems. Yeah. Okay. What other things? Oh, therapist. My friends told me, hey, you're just stressed. You know, you're always making deadlines. You're just stressed. Go to a therapist. They'll give you something. You'll be fine. No. I know what burned out feels like. It's not that. So before I spend a lot of money, okay, I decided to open up to a friend. And I told her, I said, look, I'm in panic mode. I'm a private person. Just, I'm sharing here, and I've only been doing this for a month and a half. I'm a private person, okay? I went to a very, very close friend of mine, trusted friend. And I said, I don't know what to do. I'm in so much panic. I'm worried of like losing my job. I don't know what's going on happening to me. I'm like in a state of fear of I don't know what's going on. I need help. And I know like it's not like because of something wrong with me. It's just I just can't. It's like my sister but anyways, I told her two things. I had this urgency to move away from the city by end of the year. And this loop just keep looping. I can't stop it. And I can't, and I'm drained. I have no energy. By the way, I was supposed to be in expansion. I had a lot of energy, but all of a sudden just stopped. And her response surprised me. She said, these are my feelings. I've been preparing to leave. I'm leaving the city end of the year. It's a secret. Nobody knows. How did you know? Oof. She's a lawyer. I'm an engineer. Okay? I started to feel like she was interrogating me as in how I knew what she was thinking. I was just glad because immediately when she told me those weren't my feelings, those were hers, poof, I felt like I had energy again. Like immediately. Here's how I make sense of it. Okay, this is how I use my logic to make sense of it. Okay. She didn't tell me or anyone. No, I didn't know. She organized a lot of the team, like friends outing to touristy places. We were sightseeing for some reason. Like when you live in the city, you don't sightsee. You don't go to touristy places. We were going to touristy places every weekend. And she would pick out restaurants that she liked. And she would say things like, oh, I have all these memories that I can like take with me. Thank you so much. So like in my mind, background processing, okay, my system, my computer, my emotional system, processing, tourist, leaving, goodbye, okay, goodbye, leaving, short term. And I noticed on our calendar, our friend's calendar, she had everything planned up to New Year's, like end of the year, and then nothing. Next year, nothing. And in the background, that's me thinking, tourist, goodbye, end of the year. Now, here's the thing. I didn't know those emotions because that data didn't have my name on it. It didn't have her name on it. I just picked up, just connecting the dots, okay? And if I had known she was preparing to leave, I would have immediately knew that was her data. That was her problem that she was thinking about, that those were not mine. But you see, so when you start to have stories, okay, panic, fearful, you gotta stop, pause, okay, ask, Are these my feelings? Are these my emotions? Are these relevant to me? Can I connect the dots back to me? Are they helping me toward my next version? If not, it's likely not yours. And if they're yours, they will come back as repeating patterns. So I was burning a lot of energy because it was like a problem, right? It was a problem. Now I have to resolve, like move out of the city, end of the year. That was a problem. So my system kept burning energy, burning to solve that problem that wasn't mine. So if you find yourself solving problems that are not yours, stop. And for the first time in my life, I thought I was depressed. Yeah, I thought I was depressed. I didn't know what depression was like. I most of my life, I was very optimistic. When I was 9 years old, I read a book on happiness, and I knew how to stay oriented toward positive outcomes. That time, negative. Every thought I had, which is, I couldn't make sense of it. I could not make sense. And here's the thing, okay, with depression, excitement, okay, when you're excited, you're never really like, I'm really excited, but I have no energy. It just doesn't work that way, okay? You are excited because you have energy, not the other way around. Okay, it's like the balloon. The balloon is blown up because there's air in it. Depression, okay, depression, the reason you're depressed is because you don't have energy. No energy. You never really like, I'm really, really depressed. No, and have a lot of energy. No, it's the other way around, okay? You don't have energy. That's why you are depressed. Your balloon, no air, so it's deflated. Think of every time you start thinking like depression or like, no, think of your energy. What is your energy doing? Is it being spent, sucked out by some, like leaking? Where is it going to? Is it processing for something that you're not solving? Stop. You can fix that really fast. You can fix it really fast, okay? I have all of these summarized in my map. So if you're interested in reading more about that, check out my map in my bio link, okay? So, yeah, if it's not yours, let it go, release it. If it's yours, if it has meaning in your system, it will come back as patterns, okay, which I'm going into that next. And I'll be flying through this in the next 10 minutes, okay? All right, for those of you who see patterns, we outgrow and evolve into better. Change is constant. Donna, knowing when is the key. Your black seed, your energy. If fear happens, give it to Andre. They are not my emotions. Yeah. Ping, your past life is Yukio Mishima? Who's that? Know thyself and trust your instincts. You end up in a better place than you are. Okay. For those of you, follow me so we can start this cycle together. We are about to complete this cycle in this group. Okay, so if you want to learn more about what this live stream is about, check out my life guide. First pin post on my account. Okay, these right here, they are normal experiences when we grow from one version of ourselves to the next. Thank you, Black Seed, for the roses. This version, what's this version? This version is your potential. Your potential, okay? Your potential. How do you get to that? Because you're here, you're looping. If you're not moving, okay? Every stage that you move, every cycle that you complete, you are moving. How? You're increasing the capacity of your system, brain, okay? One intelligence, emotions, another intelligence, body, okay? And other intelligence, increase the capacity. It's called adaptive intelligence. That's what humans are. We are adaptive, intelligent beings. That's how we navigate, okay? reality. Okay, the terrain, reality, land. We're not just the brain, not just the logic. Okay, somatic, emotions, the body, the rocket ship. Okay, make your own choices, conscious decision. Okay, if you don't make conscious decisions at the door, you are no longer the driver, the pilot, the captain of your own spacecraft. You'll be a drone, remote control drone by others. So you make your decisions. You are the captain of your spacecraft. Yeah. All right. How do you see patterns when your brain is cluttered with information, all the books you've been reading, all the live stream, YouTube videos that you've been processing? You can't see clearly. You have to start using discernment. Okay, filter out what's good, what's not good. Well, how do you know what's good? Is it helping you move forward to your potential? If not, don't save it. Okay, it's like the photos, videos on your phone. Okay, you don't save every photo, right? You save the ones that you want to keep. When you start filtering, you cut the noise, you minimize your noise, you start to see pattern, you start to see what your brain highlights for you. Your brain highlights what's important for you to see, because your brain, okay, needs access to information, your memories. Yeah, your memories, your life experience, your memories, your life experience, it's your history. Your brain wants to use your history to make predictions of your future. We compute, we calculate, okay, trajectories from where you are, point A, to where you're going, point B, that next version of you. So if you see a pattern, they aren't just things. They are not angel numbers. They're not there to make you feel good. Okay, they are there as keys, links, shortcuts to your memory. So you need to do something with it. Okay, you need to do something with it. First, what is a pattern? First time you notice something, that's one data point. Okay, second time you notice something, that's a repeat, not coincidence. A repeat. If you like geometry, 2 points in space make a line. A line is a connection. Yeah, it's not coincidence. Okay? It's a repeat. Third time you see something. Okay? Third times. That's a pattern. Do you see? Type the shape that I'm making with my hands. 3 points make this shape. Type it into the chat. Okay? The shape that I'm making. This is a triangle. 3 points in space make a triangle. Okay? The triangle is the most fundamental shape, geometry in space. We can approximate any objects using triangles. It's called triangulation. Now you know the significance of the number 3. Now you know how to see when a pattern shows up. Okay? Thank you for your responses. Let me see. Black seed. Right. Joni, deeply. Okay, fantastic. All right, so what happens? This is what happens, okay, when you see a pattern. Your brain, deja vu, you're remembering, right? You pause and you remember, you try to think, where did I see this? Why do I feel this? is reaching, your system is reaching for memory. Give it access. Your system wants access. That's it. You don't have to remember all the detail. You just need to reach into your memory. That's it. Dreams, subconscious, when you're asleep, that's when it's doing the most heavy lifting. Okay? Reach into that garage, that storage space, the things that have been put into boxes deep. Okay? Is taking those out and processing. It's running simulation. It's stress testing you while you're sleeping. Okay, why stress testing you? Is mapping, is trying to find out the viable paths, not any possible path, but the viable paths that your entire system can survive, that you can use to navigate to your next place, next potential. Okay, so your brain needs this data, okay, in your memory to compute trajectories. It can feel like you start to see the future. Yeah, because it is making prediction for your future. Predictive history, right? It can feel like you're seeing into the future because it's a pattern. It's a pattern. You sequence in the pattern is predictable. All right. So now, when you see a pattern, you pause. Okay, pause and think. Just let your memories like rise up. Okay, rise up. What is that story? What is that image? What are those feelings? What are the feelings? How do you feel? Okay, feel. That's it. That's it. So when you start to see your trajectories, okay, you can start move toward it. Now, if you don't stabilize, there are two more stages. I'm summarizing them now. Okay. Stabilization. You have to stabilize. If you don't stabilize your growth, if you don't stabilize it, you can fall back. You can risk going back to your old patterns, old loops. Yes, old situations, old relationships. So you've got to lock it in. Okay, lock in your growth. Stabilization. How do you stabilize? We'll be doing a couple of exercises here next. Wait for that. Repetition. That's primary. Okay, the routine that you started in silence right here, that simple routine that you started every day, that you do every day, you're building on top of it. Now you can add more to it. Okay, yeah, repetition. Okay, because it's a loop system. Loops are system, objects, mechanism. Okay, put your energy into that foundational loop for your next version. Second, integration. Okay, integration is the last step in this cycle. If you don't integrate, okay, you will never really reach that version of you. You will not feel like you're there. How do you integrate? Learn. You've been learning everything in expansion. Okay, learn, create. You have to create something real with that knowledge. Okay, those ideas, those knowledge in your head, they are only in your head if you don't materialize it. They are fantasies and dreams and imagination. You gotta convert that thought energy into reality, material, solid, something that you can hold, touch. The book that you wanted to write that book. Okay, you want to speak, express yourself, create an account here and express yourself. Go live like I did. I overcame my fear of going live February 26th this year, month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago. Okay, share. Okay, integrate, create something, bring a human into the world, become a parent. Yeah, babies, that's like the primary creation. Create something good. Okay, share with others. If you have those things in your head, and you don't convert it through action, thought to matter, you will feel like no one sees you. You will feel like your potential, okay, even though you're there, is not realized, is not actualized. Yeah. So you create, dance. Oh, I love that guitar. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, whoever sent me that. So you got to make it real. Make it real. Okay, once you lock in your growth, lock in your progress. Okay, make it real. Make it real. Yeah, you want to build that dating app. Build that dating app to help others find love. You want to build a better LinkedIn. Build a better LinkedIn to help others find jobs. Start that business. Start that startup. Build that startup. Okay, build a relationship. Yeah, build a relationship. What else? So many things. What other things are you guys doing? Like build, you gotta have something solid. Then third, share. Share what you create into the world. Share. Make it functional, utility, tools, so others can use. Just like this app here, okay? How does that work? When you put something that you create back into the system, okay? Movement in the system, circles, okay? Circles, okay? Movement in the system is circulatory. So when you put something back into the system, the distribution system, it comes back. It comes back to you. You put out good stuff comes back. Okay, what you put. This is why people say what goes around comes around. Now you know, it's systems thinking. Here, you create a video, right? You create a video, you put it into the system. This app sends out to people, right? If people like it, if people find it helpful, they like it, they comment, they give you encouragement, they share with more people. Guess what? What comes back to you? Views, right? Views, likes, comments, shares, repost. And guess what? And then the system, the algorithm, is like, oh, hey, this is good stuff. Let's send out to more people. Then you get more. Compounding. Guess what? And then you see the result. Okay? You create more. You now get the confidence, okay, and evidence to create more. You don't build confidence by sitting here behind the door. You don't build confidence before action. You build confidence. You have confidence after action, after you do something. You have confidence after you go live for the first time. You have confidence after you create your first videos and send it out into the world. Okay? That's how you build confidence. Those of you who are sitting there waiting to be brave, waiting to be confident, waiting to be magnetic, waiting to attract people into your world, not happening. Now you know why. Because you only get those things through action, because you do something. Don't trust me. Don't believe everything I say. Go into the world. Okay? You go back into your reality. Try it. Experiment. Do it. And you come back. You follow me now. Tap the follow. And come back and tell me. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right. Yeah. Thanks for the tab. Thank you so much for all the likes and all the gifts. So what happens? Okay? Learn, create, share. What happens next? Here's what happens next. You embody. You stabilize. You integrate. You embody your next version. Okay? Yeah. You start being it, you become it, and that's it. You successfully move closer. Okay, your potential is an illusion. Your potential is an illusion. Why? You don't ever reach your potential. I'm using it here just so you can see something. Because humans, we want to see something. So here, you can see it, your potential. No, that's not your potential. No. Your potential doesn't have a limit. Your potential doesn't have an upper limit. Then how do you know you're meeting your potential? Your potential is defined as capacity. How much capacity your system can hold. Okay, so you hold potential. You build your system, your capacity to hold potential. Hold it, sustain it. Okay, sustain meaning repetition. So now once you sustain, okay, that version, you now hear, congratulations, you've completed the cycle. What is the end of a cycle is the beginning of the next cycle. So now you're back here, you are in your next level. Yeah, you're in your next level. Increased potential, increased capacity. And guess what? You're back in stage one, you're looping. Stage one, plateau, because you've been doing the same thing over and over again. You feel like you're not learning as much, growing as much, and you ask, what is meaning of life? What is my purpose here? And then, okay, you ask, you give permission to receive change from life, and you get your next change. This, you can take it as punishment or opportunity, okay? You ask now, who am I? Who am I? Okay? And when you ask, you start to see your next version, your potential calling you. Okay? Now you see two versions of yourself. Okay? Between two lives again. You don't know who you are again. You don't need to know who you are. We've done this just now. Okay? We've done this many times. Okay? Now you're under pressure. You're being stress tested. Life is stress testing you again. It's probably more intense than last time. That's okay. You survived it. You're conscious of how you survived it. So you remember your pattern, your growth patterns. It's in my map. If you want to learn more about that, you apply it to the current cycle. Again, you start to see your next version. You feel it. You're being stress tested. Then you go through the whole cycle again. Whew. Yep. That's it. Bravo to all of you who stay, because now you've completed this. All of us, those of you who stay from the beginning, from 3 hours ago, okay? Three things you can do from here, all right? Oh, and the exercises. Guys, okay? Stay for the exercises. I'll name the 3 things what you can do, and we'll do the exercises. First, okay, you found where you are. Number 1, you find where you are in this cycle. You know where you are, you know what comes next. Start preparing yourself, okay? Increase capacity. You're not stuck. Do it now, do it today, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, follow and come back so you can start from the beginning. Second, remember, okay, your pattern. You remember your patterns so you can tweak and optimize, apply to the current cycle, solve, move faster, okay? So you know if other people are tweaking and influencing your patterns, right? Okay, be aware. So if you feel off, you know, and you start to see other people's patterns. Are they looping? Are your friends growing? Are your families, are your loved one growing or just spinning? Are they in compression? Are your friends under compression, stress right now? Are your parents under stress? Okay, yeah. Oh, if they're under stress, they might be about to make a decision time. Okay, somebody ghosted you. Now you know somebody ghosted you. Okay, they need the time. They're preparing for growth. Let them. Okay, it's not rejection. Every one of us is going through this. Every one of us. Support each other. Okay, support each other. Okay, remember your growth pattern. Once you help yourself, like the rocket ship, if you're spiraling, spinning in space, you're not getting to the moon, you're not getting to Mars, you're not getting to your next version. Okay, if your rocket ship spirals, you can't help other people. So important that once you stabilized, you stabilize, less panic, you can think, you can feel, you can do, you help other people. Yeah, help your friends, send them to my live stream, help them. Okay, get my map so you can help them. Use that map. It's got everything condensed in that. Third thing you can do, okay? Follow me. Sign up for my email, okay? Get my map. This is how you do it. Tap on my face right up here, okay? Right there. Brings up my face right here again. Tap on that, okay? Tap on that. Yep, tap on that. Now you're on my bio. There's a store link. Tap on that store link. You can get my map and sign up for the Pattern Vault email list. Give me permission to send you email. And if you get my map while I'm live, okay, you get 2 weeks of direct email support from me. Send me emails, anything. Where you are you moving, how to move next, okay, things about your growth, and you also get this background, minus these, but uncluttered version right here, and the name of the stages, the names for the stages. So we can use it to meditate or follow through. Just come back as many times as you need to. Come back as many times as you need to absorb this, okay? So now let's do the 2 really simple exercises together. If you're still here, I promise you, it's going to change things, okay? Change things. And I'll read the comments first. I've been talking a lot. Andre, thank you. All of you are awesome today. All of you. Rose Golden, thanks for the follow. Okay, let's do the couple of exercises. Okay, first one, breathe. I know it's trivial, but breathing, you override, okay, your system. You override your system, the timing of your heartbeat, okay? How does it work? You just breathe in, breathe out. That's it. Here's the key. When you breathe out longer than you breathe in. When you do that, your system thinks you're safe. Yeah, when your system thinks you're safe, you're not in panic mode. You can think, you can feel, like your sensors, okay? You can feel, you can move, you can do, you can create, you can build, okay? Now, how do you do it? There's no dramatic breathing. Just breathe normally, like you naturally would. Okay, the key here is that you breathe out longer than you breathe in. I will count. Okay, I'll count, but that's really to just synchronize all of us. You do your own. What you do, you. Okay, what's comfortable for you. So we'll do that 3 times. 3 mix-up pattern. Okay, do that. All right, let's go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. 2 more times. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Okay. Second exercise. Be quick. Okay. This is to regenerate a little bit of energy. Okay. Just a little bit of energy. You don't need to train for a marathon. You don't need to learn to lift weights. Okay. You just need a little bit of movement. And how do you do it? If you see me on the screen right now, do you see what I'm doing? I am shrugging. I am shrugging. I am moving my shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down. That's it. Yeah, you can roll them. Roll them forward, roll them backwards, okay? Okay, the idea is movement, okay? Breathe, keep breathing, breathe and shrug. Breathe and shrug. When you do that, you start to feel a little bit warmth and energy coming from your chest. You just generated a little bit of energy. The circulation, your blood is circulating, okay? Bringing oxygen and nutrients to your brain so you can think, okay? To your cells so they can grow, your body can grow, okay? Every time you breathe, inhale, exhale, okay? Your body is going through the compression and expansion. Yeah, every time you breathe in and out, your lungs compress, expand. Yeah, your body, that's how your body, okay? Stress testing every breath. Yeah, okay? So breathe and shrug, breathe and shrug. Okay, well, I'm gonna answer some questions. I'll be here for another 10 minutes, but I have to go. I've always wanted to do this in like 1 hour, but there's just so much, and I didn't even cover everything. Oh well. Make sure you follow me so you can come back. Thanks for all the follows. Mamacita, welcome back. Mahinda, you're welcome. Black Seed, you are yawning at this moment. Like yawning? Sleepy? Well, many of you tell me, so many of you, okay, tell me that you come here a few times and you start seeing yourself looping in your pattern throughout the day. Okay, you zoom out so you can see yourself looping. Okay, and then you catch yourself looping, you stop it. Okay, that's how you break your loop. You stop it because you're aware, you're observing yourself looping. Now you can tweak and optimize, change the direction of the energy. Yeah, and here's why it's hard to make decisions at the door. Why is it hard? Okay, we're taught to follow a path. Okay, go to school, get a job, get married, get a house, retire if we're lucky. Okay, we're taught one path, to follow a path. What happens when that path disappears? We don't have that path anymore. We can't see that path anymore. Okay, we don't know how to choose because most of us are not taught to choose. Yeah, we're taught to follow. So how do you choose? One is not choosing. Okay, one is not choosing. In order to choose, you have to see two things. You have to see choices, optionality, choices. You have to see two. This is where you use discernment. You train discernment, recognize, pattern recognition. Okay? So when you see two, polarity, right? Polarity, okay? Discernment, contrast, dark and light, fast, slow, hot and cold, that's discernment. All of us born with those skills: discernment, pattern recognition, and our own memories. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not ahead of you in this cycle. Okay? I use the same skills you have. Discernment, pattern recognition, memory. Put this into emojis for you. All of us are growing. All of us in one of these stages. I'm learning and growing every day. Okay? I'm not stopping, because when you stop, that's when you're stuck. Okay? You want to keep moving. That is the idea. You want to keep moving. It's 4:53 p.m. Pacific time. I'm streaming from California, USA. Bunny. Yes. I overcame my fear. I overcame my fear. At the door, I overcame my fear. Then I enter expansion. So you have to overcome your fear, whatever that you're facing. Because if you don't walk through the door, you're not going to reach expansion. Okay. Oh, and I'm almost at 10,000 followers. When I reach 10,000 followers, I can create like playlist. Yeah, that's when I can start organizing. I can create videos. Right now, you can't get this. This is original material created by me from my experience in engineering. I use this to train engineers. Okay, people in high pressure environments. Yeah, right? Yeah. You don't have to have math skills. You don't have to be an engineer, okay? To know this, all of us, every single one of us have the skills already. I didn't use math skills to come up with this. I used my own direct experience and my problem-solving skills. Every one of us, regardless of your job, your role, every human being is a problem solver. Okay? If this feels familiar to you, it's because you already know this. You already know this. This is not new stuff. I just help you remember your own capability, your own potential, that you can move to it. Black seed, you're working out now. Oh, good. Good. Bunny, you're at 8, and it was a struggle to go through all the phases without this understanding. Oh, yeah, Bunny. Bunny, if I had known this earlier in life, I would have understood, right? Like my parents, when they were going through their compression, that it wasn't me. I wasn't like, I wouldn't have blamed myself for why they were under pressure, because I thought I was the reason, right? I would have been like, oh, they were just growing apart. That's just what humans do. They don't always grow with us. Yeah, then I would have known that they probably would have needed to make a decision, because if they stay there long enough, you would break. Yes, they broke. And I would have understood. I would have been, well, anyways, just being able to see other people when they're looping, right? You can see them looping. You can see them under pressure. You can see them like, alone by themselves somewhere. And here's the thing. The friends, the people that you met in that version, okay, you don't recognize them when they evolved, when they changed. Those friends that you had in high school when you were young, like children, young, okay, those in college, right? You met them you didn't think they were successful or smart, right? You know who I'm talking about. There were always some of those of us, right? Oh, they weren't that smart or successful. And then years later, you see them, they're like successful. Yeah, right? Or those you thought like would be successful, like, in the 20s, no, they are not successful. Well, we define our own success. So, anyways, like how our parents always see us as children, right? Our parents always treat us like we're still kids because they always remember that version of you. Yeah. So give them time to adjust. Give them time to adjust. That's why if they don't grow with you, it's hard for them to recognize you. And if you don't grow with them, which very likely you're not growing with them because you've got your own stuff, right? You won't recognize them. Deeply spiritual. Thanks so much for sharing my live stream. Yes, if you find this helpful, share with your friends. If you see your friend's family stuck somewhere, okay, help them. Help them. Send them to me. Send them to me, or get my map. Okay, my battle link. Help yourself first. Okay, help yourself and help others. We need to help others. When you're ready. Spirit, everyone's life journey is different. Well, where are you? Where are you guys from? And what are you doing? Because many of you literally listen to me for hours. And this is not even a long stream. Some of you stay for like 4 or 5 hours. What are you doing? Are you falling asleep? Are you waking up? Are you getting ready for work, for the day? Are you eating breakfast? Are you making dinner? Are you driving? What are you doing? Well, don't text if you're driving. Don't text if you're driving. Sangwang 35. Thanks for watching my live stream. Yeah. AI summary, discussing how to break self-limiting loops and make choices. Okay. Pretty good. Botemelo, South Africa. Yeah. Eugenia, Japan. Welcome. Welcome to my live stream. It's 2 a.m. in South Africa and you're working. I work late too. I work late. Deeply spiritual. Thank you for all of your gifts. Everyone, thank you so much. Let's see. I'm reading out the statistics. I got 140 new followers in this live stream. Thank you so much. I'm making my way to 10,000. 10,000. So I can create playlists. Dimi, Miami, 8 p.m. Have you had dinner? Mansonia, Ghana, welcome. Ghana, thanks Christina for following me. You're parenting, Black Seed? Arizona, drawing. Yes, drawing. Create art. That's part of integration. Create art. Taddy, falling asleep. emo boy sleeping. Yeah, many of you. Many of you tell me like you fall asleep listening to me, and then you wake up remembering loops and patterns. Well, I don't know if many of you came back to tell me that, but tell me, tomorrow. I do this every day. I do this every day. Okay. I don't know the exact time because every day is different. So follow and catch me. Okay. I have to go and eat. So it is 5:03 Pacific time. I'm streaming from California, USA. I am Wave, and thank you for tuning in. Okay. Now, as you go back to your reality, there's nothing to fix. Okay. There's nothing to fix. You're not broken. Okay. These are normal experiences that you may encounter throughout the cycle. Okay. You are like an app. Okay. Updating on your phone. You know how when your app is being updated, you can't use it? You're not broken, you're not malfunctioning, you're just being upgrading. You're upgraded right now. Okay? So just nothing to fix, but start noticing. Start noticing patterns. That's it. Start noticing patterns. When you start noticing patterns, your system, your entire system, okay, adjusts, adapts. Yeah, that's the magic. That's the magic. Shobi, make sure you follow me so you can start from the beginning. Deeply spiritual, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting my live stream. Thank you for the roses. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your gifts. I read all the comments. And Black Seed, thanks for completing my goals today. Thank you so much. Okay, I've got to go and eat. So, oh, thank you so much for the roses. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day, great evening, good morning.